I don't know about you guys, but I am pretty certain that this brake switch is never gonna work again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this in to the dump pile. Ooh, maybe I'll save that rusty spring. Never know when you need a rusty spring. Alright, YouTubers, welcome back. My name's Dave, like it always is, and you found Do It Yourself, Do It Right. And well, today is the beginning. It's the beginning of the resurrection of Rusty, or the essence of Rusty, or Rusty mates with another CB360 and they make one thing together. I don't know, maybe the clone of Rusty, whatever. Basically, I'm taking two CB360 parts bikes and I'm mashing them together to make one. And I've already named the one Rusty, so that's where I come up with the Rusty stuff. Anyways, let's get into it. Oh, this is gonna be something. So just to recap for some of you guys that have been living under a rock this last few months, I bought this bike from a coworker. It's rusty, and that's why I called it Rusty. I'm gonna take this bike and I'm gonna mash it with that blue 360 over there that I got from a young man out towards Syracuse. And I'm gonna take the frame from Rusty, and I'm gonna use the parts from that bike and some of the decent parts from Rusty, which are very few and far between, and a whole bunch of parts out of that bin, and a whole bunch of parts from upstairs that I have from when I worked on the racer. I saved some of those parts. So it's gonna be a mashup of different parts together to make one bike that'll hopefully go down the road that I don't kill myself on. And that concludes the update. So basically my plan for this video is get the Ford out, get Rusty out of its little cubby hole, move probably the racer into the cubby hole because I don't think I'm going to be riding that bike much more the rest of this year because it is getting cold, hence the hoodie. Hey, you can't really see my breath, but I saw my breath the other day and this morning, so I think the racer is going to get put back in the hole so I can have room to just completely disassemble Rusty. Basically, I'm after the frame, and the frame, maybe the rear fender, maybe the blinkers, I don't know. Basically just the frame, because I have a title. And that's what this video is about. I'm gonna rip her apart, put it in a bazillion pieces on the floor, separate good parts from bad parts. Let's get this ball rolling. Man, I have this thing already packed up in here. I got parts and stuff all over it. Nice little electric heater. And, parts. Whew. I should probably get some gloves because Rusty is going to give me tetanus. If you guys want to check Rusty out, there's another video. I'll post a link around, around my head. She You know, she's not good. Let's just put it that way. The engine's locked up, motor's locked up. It barely rolls. I tried to break the engine loose. By trying to break the engine loose with my impact, I sheared off the bolt that goes to the stator. You know, some parts are okay, you know, like covers okay. We'll save that. The bolt can go in garbage. Just go ahead and toss it. I filled the cylinders full of basically everything I could get my hands on. And she's still locked up tight. The bike, just a little bit of history on the bike. The bike came from Virginia. My coworker, I guess his brother found it in a barn in Virginia. And I don't know, I guess that's the story. Oh my word, and everything's just gonna fall all over the place. So that's you know, that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Came from Virginia. It must have been a really salty Virginia barn, because boy, just to give you an idea. Now this is the seat pan, or lack thereof. Really the only thing left to it is the little, you know, hide 'em spot in the rubber. Yeah, that's really all that's left of that seat. It falls apart as I set it down. And the rest of this is not much better. I mean, even the fuse box cap is garbage. The center stand is okay. Oh yeah, okay. Well, I guess all the stuff that I sprayed on the brakes, well, yep, there it goes. I guess that helped out the rolling issue, because it didn't want to roll before. And now there we go. There we go. There we go. Now she's free from her grave. I mean, this thing is so bad that the kickstand, yeah, the kickstand won't even go down. But the center stand works. So that's something. Center stand. And oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna get the Ford in, put the Suzuki behind the Ford, so that I can use this area to start ripping the Rusty apart. Get the blue one, get the other blue one out of the way. That'll be the next disassembly. So, yeah, get back to work. As Mike Patey would say, back to work. He does it much better than I do. I'm not very convincing. Want to move. Put you right here in the middle, because we're about to make a mess. Woo-wee. All right, let's do this. Tank. removed. All right, so basically everything's coming apart. I'm gonna make a pile, save pile over there, toss pile over there. More than likely it's gonna go to the dumpster at work, because a lot of this stuff is, you know, it's not worth trying to save. I do like saving parts, but if it's, you know, if it's rusted and gone, you know, just rusted and gone. Like that mirror over there is rusted. It's gone. This mirror here, not too bad. I'll save it. So let's get to work. So I want to take the time to show you something that I've only heard guys online complain about their CB360s. I've never actually seen it in person until this one. I got to looking at this upper mount, triple tree mount, and a lot of guys complain that they crack. And I've never seen one crack before, and quite frankly, I was kind of skeptical that they cracked. But look, this one is actually cracked. You can see it going down through there. Maybe there. Can you see? Yeah, you can see it right there. You know, it happens when you over tighten these bolts. You're taking your forks on and off. These bolts get over tight, and bam, they crack. I don't know if this side's cracked or not. I don't think so. No, but I was gonna save that. Maybe sell it online or whatever, but no need. It's cracked, broke, it's garbage. Gonna go in the heap over there. I was struggling trying to get the speedometer and the tack off. I wanted to save them because I don't have a set for the next bike, so I wanted to save those. I can pretty them up a little bit, and I couldn't get into the headlight bucket. It's rusted, boy. Holy moly. I mean, just, you can hear the rust falling in there. That's how rusted this thing is. I mean, it's just falling out. I'm gonna save those lenses maybe for a rainy day. The blinker lenses, you never can tell if you need a blinker lens someday. So let's continue on. Alright folks, so the reason why I'm taking it so easy on this fender and light and the associated parts is, well, for one reason and one reason only, and that is because of that sticker right there. Now it's Howard Cycle Shop, and that's Ballston Lake, New York. Now I don't know if it was serviced there and the guy slapped a sticker on it, or if Howard Cycle Shop actually sold motorcycles, sold Hondas, I don't know. But at some point this bike lived its life in New York, and like I said earlier, it was in Virginia. My coworker Zach brought it up from Virginia, so you know the rust might be the reason. I mean, New York might be the reason for the rust. And the more I work on the bike, the more I realize that this side of the bike is rusty and this side of the bike is not, or is less, I should say. I mean, look at the rust on that fork and then over here. I mean, it's like night and day. And it's like that on everything. The wiring harness, all the plugs on the left side or the right side of the bike popped off, no problem. I could unplug them just like there was, you know, like they were plugged in yesterday. All the ones on the left side of the bike, they weren't coming out. Nope, zero. Nope, I had to cut them with my dikes. So we're almost there. Got to pull the engine out. I'm gonna leave it a roller for now, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my pressure washer that I've already put away for the winter. Oopsie on my part. And I'm gonna pressure wash the snot out of the frame. And I also have a cool little attachment that I can pressure wash and sandblast at the same friggin' time. So I'm gonna try that out, see how good I can, see how clean I can get this frame before I start doing any kind of reattaching, any kind of, you know, turn it into a roller, taking parts off this bike to put on this frame. That frame's gonna have to get nice, gonna get painted. I'm gonna, you know, paint it, make it look pretty before I really rip it apart. The swing arm, this swing arm over here is gonna get utilized. It's just a nicer swing arm than that one. It's kind of rusty, crusty, but I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it. I got some save parts, garbage parts. Let's power through. And oh, the other thing I wanted to show you. Yeah, talked about it just a second ago. Look at that thing. I loosened it up. Ooh, oopsie. It's broke. Totally broke all the way through, not just cracked. If you're working on these bikes, don't over tighten the clamp. You know, tight and snug. You know, a little little ooga dooga. Not too many ooga doogas, just a couple. You know, good and tight. German torque. Guten tight. I don't know about you guys, but I am pretty certain that this brake switch is never gonna work again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this in the to the dump pile. Ooh, maybe I'll save that rusty spring. Never know when you need a rusty spring. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I think she's locked up tighter than Alcatraz. Hey. Whew. Getting too over this shit. Man, if you had just broke loose, I could have had you running in a day. Well, you gotta be difficult. Alright guys, so I think I'm gonna call this one here. Had to get the big guns out. You know, the 24 volt. And well, still couldn't get a couple of the mount bolts out, so I soaked them down with some air Kroll. Well, we're gonna let them sit. I'm gonna grab my my travel toolbox that's normally living in my GMC is in the hangar, so I don't have all the tools that I need, which is a 14mm 3H drive to get, you know, so I can use the Ooga Dooga, the big girl. So I'm gonna let this sit. I'm gonna let the air Kroll work, and then I'll be back at it. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, I don't know, we'll see. But that's gonna do it for this video. Next video on this is probably gonna be cleaning that frame up, you know, see how nice I can get it, and you know, go on from there. I got some I got some good cleaner,
super clean,
that I'm gonna try out on it. If you missed that video, you know, that one's around my head where, you know, I test out that cleaning material. And yeah, so if you're interested, if you're intrigued, if you want to see, you know, the progression, you know, hit that notification bell, give me a like if you like the video, so like, tag, follow, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Tell your buddies, you know, there's a weird guy in New York working on bikes, working on cars, just doing his thing. I'm gonna be doing this all winter. This is my winter project. This one and the Suzuki that's hiding over there. This is it, you know. So oh, and working on a Ford. Sorry, I forgot about the Ford. I got stuff I got to do on the Ford, which will be also on the channel. So like, tag, share, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like always, till next time, thanks a lot.